Good afternoon, folks. My name's Angus Miller from the Edinburgh Geological Society, and we've got Steph Flood from the Scottish Geology Trust here as well. We just wanted to talk to you about the Deep Time Trail, which is being planned in time for the James Hutton Tercentenary next year at Siccar Point. I think probably Siccar Point doesn't need too much of an introduction with this audience. Beautiful place, this rocky promontory going out into the North Sea. Sometimes described as being very remote and inaccessible, but in reality, it's only a few minutes' drive from the A1. It's close to Coburn's Path and Dunbar, and the proposal for the Deep Time Trail was to take people to a viewpoint along a nice level, easy path so that they can see this view from the top of the cliff and appreciate the rocks and the beautiful scenery, the beautiful setting, and get an insight into what James Hutton found here in 1788 when he travelled along the coast in a small boat, landed at these rocks and described them, got excited about them, and since then it's really become known as one of the most significant geological sites in the world. So what we're trying to do with the Deep Time Trail is just make Siccar Point easier to find, easier to get to, and easier to appreciate the story that's there. So this is a big project being led by the Edinburgh Geological Society, the Scottish Geology Trust, and the James Hutton Institute. And we envisage this year, next year, and following years that we will create the Deep Time Trail, that we will integrate the Deep Time Trail with other walking routes in the area, promote it more widely so that people that are visiting places like Coburn's Path or Peasby see signs that tell them a bit more explicitly, a bit more obviously about Siccar Point and encourages them to go visit. The other challenge, and it's a challenge that people have talked about for decades, and it is a big one, is to actually make it easier for people to get down to the rocks themselves, to get down that steep slope. And that will cost a lot of money. It will have to be done sensitively and safely, carefully. And we've been having a lot of discussions about that. We're starting to think about how that might happen. It's definitely not going to happen in 2026, but hopefully the tercentenary year will be a springboard for further work, which takes this forward. For the Deep Time Trail, we're working with a very talented group of people from CMC Associates. So Edinburgh Geological Society has contracted them in to do the planning for the trail. And I'll show you some of how we envisage the trail will look. And we're currently working on the content and with the aim of having it all ready to go for the tercentenary, for the 300th birthday of Hutton at the beginning of June next year. So here's what's proposed. Dunbar is a few miles along the coast to the west here. The nearest town or village is Coburn's Path on the A1, and this is the minor road which comes in from the A1 into the Drysdale's vegetable processing factory. It's single track road, dead end road. We'll take questions at the end if that's okay. But I see your hand. The single track road coming in to the vegetable factory, and along that road there's existing car parks. So there's already a lot of people using the trails, already a lot of people visiting here. What we want to do is just make it a little bit easier for people to find the start. We're proposing to move the start point to a safer location, just slightly further up the road, and there'll be space there for people to park, as well as the existing car parks and laybys. And from there, they'll clearly see an arrival structure, a starting point, and then follow the trail alongside the fields out to Siccar Point. So here's what the start point will look like. We're building these steel pillars with rocks embedded in them, the grey wacky and the old red sandstone that you find that Hutton found at Siccar Point. They'll be embedded in the structures, there'll be information boards, there'll be bike parking, and a clear route from there through to the trail. Along the coastal path, we'll go past St Helens Kirk, not really drawing too much attention to it because it's a structure which is not being maintained and is potentially dangerous. So we're not encouraging people to visit the Kirk, but we'll mention it certainly and bring people past that and down to the coastal path as it exists at the moment. Grassy paths alongside a couple of big fields, and along the way there'll be pause points, there'll be signboards, there'll be these areas where we encourage people to stop, take in the view. The wall at the back here is the existing dry stone dike, which will be rebuilt in sections, and people can get to the stone to be able to read these information boards. And also embedded in here, we're going to get inscribed sandstone blocks with quotes from James Hutton himself. So there will be around about 8 or 10 of these embedded through the site, and just help to get across some of Hutton's ideas. And they're going to look fantastic. A nice addition. And a bench for people to rest on as they go along as well. A couple of other mini panels with information as people go along, and these signboards, directional signs, so very much built in the same style. You see that the steel's inscribed with the part of the logo of the trail, so it's all part of a theme. It's obvious that it's all part of the same thing, and you're following the route along the way. And the destination is the viewpoint at the top of that grassy slope, where we're going to build this stone circular structure, sort of thing that's got a lot of echoes in the Scottish borders, as a very common feature within the landscape for sheep farming in the past. So it's kind of an echo of that, but it's also a shelter. It will have seats inside it. People can take a break from the wind, and the far side of the structure will be lower with interpretation boards. That's a three-dimensional model of Siccar Point, matching the view in front of you, where people can explore the rocks and read the information alongside it. Along the way, there'll also be QR codes in the panels so that people can scan and bring up on their phone further information. They'll be able to access audio tracks. So we've got a range of voices that will talk about different aspects of Hutton's story, and give links to further information as we carry on along the trail. So the point G in the map here is where the viewpoint structure will be, with a nice view down to the rocks. We're also encouraging people to take a little diversion before they head back along to point H here, which is another viewpoint. It's a different geological viewpoint. It gives a side view of Siccar Point, but also we want to encourage people to linger, to maybe have a picnic. There'll be a bench built there and a bit more information. And this is also a place where we'll start to get people thinking about the bigger context of Siccar Point, so that they can access some music, some geopoetry, and just get a sense for this not just being a geological story, but it being a story about the Earth, and about how we understand the Earth. And then we'll take people back to the start point, but following a slightly different route on the way back, coming up to point I here, which is a really nice overview. It looks back along the coast, back to Torness Power Station. There's the wind farm on the distance there, which is an important part of the local story, and then from there back to the start point. We're going to bury a time capsule, and we're getting the local school, local community to contribute things. We're going to work with them to see what how they respond to the site and what they think about James Hutton and about time, and try and get some material from them and suggestion from them to bury in a time capsule that we'll leave at the site. So we're making good progress in raising the money. The crowdfunder is just got another few weeks to run. We're getting towards £35,000. We've also got donations that have come in alongside this. We've had some company sponsorship. We've had a small grant from a local community fund. So we're making good progress towards the total. We're just waiting to hear from the Coburn's Path and Cove Community Fund decision on that in 2 weeks' time. We've asked them to cover half the cost of the trail, and the feedback we're getting from them is very good. We're certainly hopeful to get a good proportion of that money from them. So within the next few weeks, we'll be in a position to say we're able to go ahead with building the Deep Time Trail on schedule for next May. One of the things we wanted to do in bringing people together today was we're at a crucial time in terms of the fundraising, just to encourage you to help in any way you can. I think most people here will have already had donated to the crowdfunder. We're wrapping it up at the end of the month, and we have had over 350 donations so far. We've had good publicity. It's been mentioned in a lot of different places, but we just want to make sure that we're hitting all these targets. We're really grateful if you can share it yourself on social media, share it with people that you know who might be interested. And it's worth highlighting the rewards. It's difficult to get a sense online of what the rewards look like, but the lost drawings are amazing geological diagrams. They are from Hutton's time, and they give an amazing sense of what James Hutton was seeing in the rocks and what he understood. There's a total of 29 of them, which does take up a fair bit of wall space. We appreciate not everyone's going to be able to display all of them, but you can choose one or two drawings, choose the ones you like, and well worth browsing through them and having a look at them, because of course Christmas is coming. So these are good presents to give yourself, if not to persuade somebody else to give. The other highlight is the Hutton Hat, which is an amazing project, very much inspired by knitters, inspired by Hutton's geology, and it's a very unique thing which is only available through the crowdfunder, and will be a talking point for decades to come. Have you got your Hutton Hat? Did you get your Hutton Hat in 2026? So do check out the rewards and see if there's anything else. You get any questions about that, we're very happy to talk further about that. And if you're part of a group or an organization, we have had a lot of coverage in many groups, but there's still people coming to us and saying, "Oh, have you tried this group? You thought of this group? You told them about it." And what really works is if it's a personal approach. So if you're part of a group and you're willing to say, "Hey, I've supported this. I think it's worth supporting," then that really helps just to get the word out. And similarly with sharing social media posts, rather than just sharing them, but actually put a comment in encouraging people and showing your support for it is really helpful. You may have noticed in the slides there that was outlined costs for the whole project and different aspects of that, and that's partly just to help organizations see that if they want to sponsor the trail, there's different ways in which they can contribute, different amounts they can contribute to different parts of the trail. So we're very open to discussions about that. There's no fixed formula for that. It depends on the organization, depends on the company, but we're really keen to have these discussions, and that can happen now. It doesn't have to be done by the end of November, because the trail is going to be in development over the next 6-7 months. So there's plenty of time to chat with any potential sponsors. So I think I'll finish off there in terms of what we wanted to say, just to outline what's planned for the Deep Time Trail.